I wish there was more daddies at home. I wish there was more daddies at home. Or some might say, I wish there was more fathers in the house. And it is sad. And I'm not here to down nobody, just to speak the truth. You know, even when I growed up from a youngster, I can pretty much count on one hand how many daddies was in the neighborhood. And I believe, this just me, this just my opinion. I really do believe that a lot of these things happening wouldn't be if daddy was at home. There's so many young women, young babies crying, where's my daddy? Where's my daddy? Where's my daddy? And you got a lot of children walking around here with a lot of anger. And what you do as a parent, the kids are watching. When your daughter see you hoe around as mama, sneaking these different men in the house every night, that's messing up your daughter. When you on the block, man, selling this dope, thinking it's the only way out, never around for your kid, don't you know that hurts them? And your kids fall in your pattern. And when they get older, I'm just doing what my mama did. I'm just doing what my daddy wasn't even here. That's what a lot of them gonna say. My daddy wasn't here. Or when he was here, all he did was hang on the block. My daddy was a thug. And some of the kids are proud of that. Ain't nothing to be proud of. If we could get more men to get on one accord here and be men of God, some of these children ain't gonna never be taught the right way. Because you can't train up a child if you ain't trained yourself. The blind can't lead the blind. And I was just doing a little bit of studying on us as black people and the percentage of us in prison are dead already, or on the block, or the rest have turned to homosexuality. All of this stuff is destroying children. First of all, children ain't asked to be here. And you know what I hate the most is when I see these women cussing their child out, telling them you gonna be just like your daddy. You ain't gonna be nothing. I don't even know why I had you. And that stuff just building up in that child's mind. And as that child get older, that child don't have hope in nothing. So they turn to the street and find love. Now your daughter pregnant at 15, 14, some even 12. Well, mama, why you gonna get mad? You did the same thing. And then they kicks the child out. These kids nowadays can pick up a handgun, a pistol before they even read a book. And when dad is not around, especially for a little boy, he only seeing the female side. Just like I was saying earlier, when God ordained marriage, from when He made man, created woman out of man, that was the reason, people. You know the main reason? Balance. See, a woman is not blessed with those genes to carry that young man into being a man. Now, some don't say it has been done. Or I raised my child by myself and clap to you. See, some people can come out good and some can't. The majority of the ones who come from a single parent household don't come out all right. And that child is walking around angry because he's mad that his daddy was never there. And once a child only see the female traits, I watch my mama do this. Well, mama not a man. Mama can't see. No, I'm not going to say that because that might make somebody forget this whole video. But I'm going to leave that alone. Take that thought out of me, Lord. Some things I want to say, but I won't say because I don't want to cause confusion. But when you have unbalanced children, that's why the penitentiary is full of us. Now, we ain't the only ones in there, but in this video, I'm talking about us. This whole neighborhood is gone. And the system is already designed for you to fail. This is why I try to tell the youngsters, man, whatever you do, try your best to stay out of prison. Stay out of there. Because once you're in that system, you're in that system. See, it's easy to get into trouble, but it's hard to get out of trouble. I see little teenagers, I want to be in the porn industry. When I hit 19 or 18, I'm going to do that. See, this stuff on TV now and these computers, this stuff has, man, messed up the mind of children and grown-ups. I want to be this. I remember one time this youngster said, I want to be a dope dealer. That's what my daddy was. Wow, man, don't be proud of that. Train up a child in the way they should go. I wish more daddies was around that was right. You know, I spoke about this a little bit in old video. I said, I wish we had more fathers like James on Good Times. James wasn't all that of a spiritual man, but James showed JJ and Michael and Thelma how a man's supposed to be. That's why Thelma always looked in James as, she looked at him to see what kind of man she should date and marry. She would always tell James he's strong. Florida and James, they stuck together through that, whatever they went through in that ghetto. A lot of people come out of the ghetto. Most fathers ain't around. And what's pissed me off about some of these daddies, you can go father somebody else's children. You done disown your own, but you can go over here and raise this one and forget about your own. Now, what does that do to these children? They grow up angry. Half of these kids are locked up because of their parents. I know we all, we got to take in our own faults, but you look at most of these children, they got this anger inside of them because they felt like nobody never cared for them. My mama didn't love me. My daddy wasn't even there. My mama didn't even care about me. All she cared about was her boyfriend. So I'm on the streets. I'm in the gang. The gang showed me love. The gang is my mama and my daddy. I don't talk to my mama no more. And they grow up and they start committing crimes. And next thing you know, you see them on the news. Somebody that got murdered. Somebody done did something so crazy. If we could get more daddies to act right. See, I'm not going to come on here and bash on the black man and the black woman. I wish we could get together and stay together. I always used to tell folks, I love the one I'm with. I hate to start over and get a set of new problems. At least I know all what's wrong with this one. But then you got to start over and learn somebody else, and you ain't going to never learn them no way. Now you got a new set of problems. That's why it's hard for me to fit in with trying to date a woman with kids. See, I don't play all this disrespect. You ain't my dad, and you know what? You right, because I ain't. But I sure beat you like I'm your daddy. And here's the problem. So many women been running it for so long. Well, this is the way I've been doing it. All of these years. See, when you walking around and talking about you don't need a man, or fellas, we don't need a woman, that ain't nothing but a lie. You are unbalanced if you ain't got your wife. You are unbalanced. I don't care who you are. You can play that tough role, That's why you find yourself doing all kind of stuff. Now we know it ain't easy to be with somebody. It is not easy. God never told us it was. You need a man and your son need a man. Your daughter need a daddy, a father. Let me say that right. Mama need a man. Mama need a husband. And children need somebody to look up to. Man, I spend a lot of time with children, especially at church. And these children would tell me stuff they won't even tell their own parents. Because so many of these parents are so holding it down that they don't even want to hear this. They don't want to hear that. They ain't never had sex. How you think your child got here? You can't even sit down and talk to your child about sex. Well, I got a news flash for you. The streets gonna teach them. And they gonna teach them the wrong way. This is why teen pregnancy is all over. What was that, big brother T Mott, giving a great shout out to you? That was in Atlanta, Georgia, when they was catching that, what was that, 13-year-old behind folks' house giving oral sex to about 4 different dudes. 12, 13 years old. My question is, what's going on in these homes? So I made this woman mad a while back in my old video because the shoe fit, you wear it. When you allow your children to see these different niggas walking in and out of your house, sleeping with you, you sleeping with them to get money, and then you selling yourself to, man, that is the most terrible thing for a child to see, especially if you got a little daughter. You going out here with your little hoish outfits on, trying to look like your daughter, wishing you was 18, 19 years old again. You got grown men on the block with their pants sagging. Oh, I want to be like him. Men need to be men, and women need to be women, and we need to line up our life with this word of God, point blank. Ain't nothing else need to be said. Peace.